Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to look at two different leaders. There are two distinctly different leadership styles. One style I'll call intimidation, where the manager of the department or dealership believes that the best way to motivate somebody is to scare them. They might walk back into a shop with everyone together and yell and scream for 15 minutes that if they don't get their performance up, they're going to all be fired. This type of leadership, unfortunately, is common in dealerships today. I personally find this style very destructive and will lead to high turnover with employees. The employees constantly walk around on eggshells, wondering if today is the day the boss is going to fire them or if he's going to be in a good mood. With this kind of situation, I've routinely seen this type of leadership lead to poor customer satisfaction. The reality is, if your employees are not happy in their position, they tend to treat your customers poorly. These employees are constantly seeking other opportunities and have a poor quality of life. In a marriage, this would be called abuse, verbal abuse. I don't think it's a reach to call it a hostile work environment if the employees are being treated in this manner. I'm going to give you one example here of a case a couple years back, a call I made in one of my clients. The goal wasn't being met in a particular dealership in a particular area. And he said, they're not responding, I'll fix that. I'll just walk back and pick one of them out and fire them. And the dealership was serious in that he felt that if he went back and fired somebody, that would gather their attention and make all of them come into line and get the result that he's seeking. And if we looked at the logic in this and dissected this kind of technique, it could be that in a position of authority, you do have the rules and the way said, and yes, we weren't getting the result we desired. But the question is, what is the best way to get that result? Let's look at another kind of leadership that focuses in on the employees with a legitimate concern for their well-being. Now, this manager, the style would be to walk around and looking for employees to acknowledge when they go above and beyond the requirements of their job. Hey, great job. I saw your numbers yesterday on this particular result or that particular result. Great work, buddy. Or great work, team. They're asking how their family is and truly mean it. If they have a dog, they might be asking how the dog is and know the health issues of the family or how old the kids are or things of interest to that employee that through conversations, general conversations and general legitimate concern for these individuals, he knows the dog's name. He knows the cat's name. He knows the age of the children or what their issues are in that family. And these employees don't feel threatened. These employees are being treated properly. Now, what do you think the customer satisfaction is at this store? I see it so often where the technique of the management style in direct proportion is how the customers are being treated. Now, picture that first technique where the dealer or manager is browbeating and intimidating and you're all going to get fired, I'll fire y'all. Or I've seen where individual department managers are called out by these types of managers in front of their team. How is that going to be viewed? Is that productive? Is that the way to do business? In that environment, the customers are generally treated poorly. Definitely a notch below, several notches below actually, a dealership that takes the individual concern. And let's talk about quality of life. If your manager style is to uplift and encourage and has a legitimate concern for you as an individual, you treat the customer better. It's just natural that everyone around you is treated better. The performance of the team, when they're recognized, acknowledged, is always going to be higher. You see, these two distinct management styles, they're so different. And yet, I believe, without a shadow of a doubt, it's a choice. Which style do you have in your dealership? Do you see that the customer is the ultimate reason for us to be there? Do you sense the difference in these two leadership styles? You see, what I find is that when you have an uplifting, positive environment, you're going to have the customers and your employees recognize each other. They're long-term going to be there. They will go the extra mile without being asked because it's recognized and appreciated. And they're encouraged to do well when you acknowledge them doing well. What do you want to have in your environment? The uplifting, motivating, encouraging style, or the critical style that goes around and beats everybody up verbally? It's time we look at this behavior as the destructive force it is and never allow it. Be aware of how you treat your staff and focus on the ways to uplift and encourage them. And an interesting thing you're going to find out when you choose the second leadership style, you'll find that your quality of life improves right along with your employees. The choice, my friends, I hope you are challenged to only use the encouraging, uplifting, productive technique that makes your customer treatment maximized. Thank you for your time today, and enjoy your journey. Talk to you next week.
Hi, are you struggling to increase your service department's effective labor rate? Many dealerships today are. We can help you with our proven process and years of experiences. My team has been through all that you face today. We have found solutions for even the largest problems, such as employees that are not team players, no one updating the customer on the completion time of their vehicle, no walkarounds being performed at all, and worst of all, shrinking profit margins. Fixed Performance is the solution you've been looking for. We will take your service department to the next level of performance by increasing your customer retention, turning your staff into a team, and best of all, maximizing your effective labor rate. So let me ask you, what are you waiting for? Give us a call today at 888-205-8718. Fixed Performance, where we have total commitment to your team's excellence.